Happy Wednesday, hump day, yay! I hope that you've all had a wonderful day, and I'm fingers crossing that this live is working today because I had some issues yesterday and the two videos that I did just kind of disappeared into thin air. So here's hoping that this one is working and that it will be available for replay later for anyone that's not with me now. So we are on day 3 of my little series on healing attachment wounds that's followed on from the attachment theory series I did last week. So far we have looked at education, and yesterday was reparenting the inner child. And so today we are moving into somatics. So for those who don't know what somatic work is, soma refers to the body, and so it is the modality of working with the body. So the body is truly amazing. It is actually taking in far more information than what our conscious mind is every second of the day, and interpreting it and storing it and taking it in. So how does this relate to attachment? So if you were to think about an infant and its ability to cognitively process things or request for needs, that kind of thing, most of what's happening for them is on a physiological level. It's their body that's taking everything in. And so it makes sense that when there's ruptures or disruptions to bonds with caregivers, that their body is taking this information in, and if it's not repaired well, then it gets stored there. And so, we could also touch on the polyvagal theory here and how a healthy nervous system works, but I don't want to go too much into that. But it is just important to understand that when we have experiences, our bodies are reacting to everything. So for example, I walk out this door and my daughter jumps out and goes boo and scares me. I'm going to have a physiological reaction to that. I might jump, I might gasp, I might go ah. My heart rate will probably elevate. So there'll be all these things that'll happen, and it's like in response for danger. It's a threat alert, right? I'm getting ready to either run away or fight. And then, what happens if we're not able to run away or fight is we go into freeze or fawn. In that scenario, my nervous system is likely to be able to regulate itself pretty easily after that experience, and realizing that it was safe, that nothing bad's going to happen, and I come down the other side and I'm all good again. But when we're little babies, we don't always have the ability to do that. We don't actually have the ability to do that when we're infants, and right through a big chunk of our childhood, we do not have the ability to self-regulate. And so if there is an experience that is threatening to the nervous system and is triggering, and it's not soothed or repaired with a caregiver, then this energy gets stuck. This energy doesn't get to go anywhere. They don't get to play out the cycle of the nervous system. And so then these feelings and these sensations are trapped in the body, right? And so then what happens as we become adults and we take these attachment strategies into our adult relationships, and then we have a trigger occur, and our bodies most likely will respond in the same way that they did when we were little babies. And so, for example, the anxious, ambivalent attachment strategies, if somebody is like more geared to go towards that, when they detect threat in a relationship, they're likely to have a lot of overwhelming sensations happening in the body. So it might be like shaking, that elevated heart rate, shallow breath, things like that, that real anxiety, fight or flight kind of response. Whereas the more avoidant attachment is more likely to have shut off and will become sort of numb and disassociated, checked out. And that was their response as an infant, is that they've turned off their responses because they weren't getting met. So in terms of healing, so it makes a lot of sense that if our bodies are responding to and taking in all of this sensory information through our attachment experiences, that we would go there to heal. And so this can take time. We start very slowly with the felt sense by learning our vocabulary around sensations, and it's certainly not uncommon for people to not even know how to describe what a sensation feels like in their body. So that's where we can begin. Doing things like body scans, and just I really want to note as well that numbness and feeling nothing is actually still a sensation, and sometimes we have to learn how to be with the nothingness and the stillness and the numb, cut off feeling to be able to go any deeper. And so with healing attachment, we start there. And yeah, over time, as you start to find safety in your body, because that's essentially the issue for all attachment styles, those insecure attachment styles, is they do not feel safe in their body. And so it's touching in a little bit and feeling a little bit and coming back out. And it's going in and also finding what parts do feel safe and stable and secure, and using them as resources. And so then as we build this relationship with our body and connection to our felt sense, it then becomes a relationship, right? And then the more we start to build a relationship that is safe and secure in ourselves, the more we're able to then take that to the external world as well and build safe and secure relationships with others. I feel like I talked a lot. What else have we got? So I suppose, yes, this does flow on to my next topic tomorrow, which is the inner relationship focusing. And that is also what myself and Shiana Lee will be running a workshop on Sunday morning. For those of you that have already got your tickets, I'm super excited. And for those of you that don't, there is still some left. Yes, so then we start to move into how do we bring this felt sense and working with the body into actual action to start building this inner strength and stability and compassion and kindness for the self, and presence as well is such a big one too. So yeah, I feel like I've talked a lot and that I might leave it there for today. I will be having some little slides post a bit later on this as well, and I'm super excited to jump into tomorrow's and talk about inner relationship focusing too, as we'll start to see how this week will all be sort of coming together with the reparenting of the inner child, and then the somatic work and the education. Like, it's all, you know, we can't just work with one of these things. Like, it is a combination of all different ways and modalities and approaches to work on this and secure attachment that those insecure styles are moving towards. Cool. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your evening, and I look forward to chatting to you all again tomorrow.